Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. Tonight we got an interesting matchup between the Miami Heat and the Detroit Pistons. The Miami Heat have won 6 straight games. They are now third in the Eastern Conference. They have a record of 13-6, playing against the Pistons, who were red hot at one point, but are on a cold streak right now and on a losing streak after winning a franchise high 13 straight games. That has been snapped. They have lost 2 games in a row now. Pistons are still first in the East. They're 15-4, and the Miami Heat are only 2 games back. So this is a big, big game for the Miami Heat. If they can win this game, they will then be 1 game behind the Pistons, and this is the first game against the Pistons, so they'll have a better record head-to-head as well. So this game is going to come on a second night of a back-to-back after a tough loss to the Orlando Magic for the Pistons. And so the Miami Heat are going to have fresh legs. They haven't played in a few days. And the Miami Heat have welcomed back Tyler Hero the past 2 games. And we've won those 2 games, obviously. And this is finally giving the Miami Heat their first look at a full roster for the season. And the rotations and starting lineup were different with Tyler Hero. Davion Mitchell stayed in the starting lineup. The Heat went ultra small with Davion Mitchell, Bam, Andrew Wiggins, Hero, and Norman Powell. And it was a small lineup, but it worked in the last 2 games. And Miami's high-powered, fast, modern offense, which has been completely transformational and different from the previous decade or so, slowed down a little bit when Tyler Hero has returned. So it's not because of Hero completely, obviously, but it's because we were initially without him just relying on a whole bunch of different guys. Norman Powell obviously was our go-to guy, number 1 scorer, still is technically. Or actually, Hero might be actually scoring more than him in his 2-game sample size. But either way, they had a heavy drive and kick system that revolved around just everybody getting an opportunity and a lot of movement. And with Tyler Hero, he is someone that needs the ball in his hands. He has higher usage. So things have changed to a certain degree. But has he ruined this offense? Of course not. It's only been 2 games. The Heat have shot very badly in a few of these games. That's not his fault that his teammates were missing shots. So the Miami Heat are trying to rediscover their balance right now. And Bam can continue to be a hub on offense. Powell can continue to be that hopeful downhill scorer, getting to the free throw line. Wiggins can be that slasher and hit that mid-range. Like, he has obviously those nice turnaround jump shots that he typically hits. Hawkes, is the glue. And then adding Tyler Hero, he's your number 1 scorer. He's our number 1A. He's our 1A option. And it might have changed the rhythm a little bit, but tonight is another chance for the Miami Heat to figure this out. And I'm hoping that they do quickly. So the Pistons have had a wild stretch, winning 13 in a row, like I mentioned earlier, and they suddenly lost 2 straight. So they're hoping to avoid a 3-game losing streak. And they lost to Orlando last night, and maybe they're tired, who knows, but they are a young team, and they could sit guys out. I don't think there's any real injuries right now. If you look at the Detroit side, there's no one really hurt, but with the Miami Heat side, Jaime Jaquez actually has a groin, so he's questionable. He's been on the injury report often, I would say, but he's never missed a game, so I expect him to play unless something changes. Norman Powell also had a groin, but he's probable. Wiggins is probable as well. So we should see both these teams pretty much at full health. So what are the keys to the game for the Miami Heat to win this game, in my opinion? I think they need to attack Detroit early and often. The Pistons just played last night. The Miami Heat are rested. So this is where Bam, Tyler, Wiggins, Powell, Hawkes need to push the pace, force switches, make Detroit work defensively from the beginning, and get K tired. Let's get their best offensive players tired if we can. So if Miami builds an early lead, which they've done quite a bit throughout the season, Detroit may not have the legs to come back. Perhaps we will see. They're a young team, so that might not be true. But let's get a lead out early in the beginning of this first half, and then let's hold on to that as well. The next thing they need to do is just keep the offensive flowing. So again, before Tyler returned, Miami looked like a motion-heavy type offense. Lots of cuts, quick decisions, multiple actions per possession. Didn't really go to the pick and roll. Shot a lot of threes. And if Hero plays within that style, which I think he will, if he's catching and shooting, attacking, hitting that mid-range, keeping the ball moving, he's also one of our best playmakers. He's been able to connect with Bam, Khalil Ware, and his teammates. He can become extremely hard to guard tonight as well. So Detroit has the length, which has troubled Hero and other Miami Heat players in the past. But if they move quickly, they can catch them off guard. Bam Adebayo, I think another key is for him to dominate his matchup. And we know Jalen Duren is probably going to match up with Bam. He's been having a breakout year. But this is a game where Bam could settle this and say, hey, you're having a great year, but I'm a 3-time All-Star, and I'm a depoy candidate every single year, even though I've never won it and been screwed. I'm an Olympian. Like, he needs to take advantage and win that matchup, which could be very difficult. But Bam is more versatile. He has the experience. He can control the interior. If he's aggressive on offense, that controls the tempo for the Miami Heat. Defensively, he needs to get those rebounds or box out so his teammates can get those rebounds, or just slow Jalen Duren down, which is going to be a tough task. The next thing they need to do is keep Detroit out of transition. Pistons turn defense into scoring all the time. They're a pretty good defensive team. And we need to basically slow them down, get them into a half-court offensive set. And that can limit some of their fast break opportunities and ability to get easy buckets. Turnovers, rebounding, those are always key with the Miami Heat. You need to win the rebounding battle. And if not, you need to keep possession. You don't need to turn the ball over. You can't turn the ball over if you want to win. And I'm thinking, the Heat are at home. They've had some rest. They're on a winning streak. They're rested, and they're still rolling, even though Detroit is a dangerous team and the top team in the East. I think with these back-to-back games, the Miami Heat should, in theory, have the fresher legs and a better opportunity to win in front of their home court. So my prediction is the Heat are going to win 117 to 112. So it'll be like a 5-point game. I won't be surprised if Detroit falls back early and then fights back and keeps it close and makes it a clutch game. So let me know in the comment section, what is your predictions for the game? And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for all Miami Heat content, game recaps, and analysis.